Hey guys, okay, so this is going to be answers, part 1 of the answers from the questions you asked, if that makes sense. So here goes. Sorry. Alright, you say you want to be a stay-at-home mom, but then in another video you talk about and almost sound like you talk down stay-at-home moms, which I am. Well, you said how great it is for your son to get interaction with other children and etc. Do you say that because you truly felt that or because you were bitter you couldn't stay home? Sorry, didn't mean to be rude. I'm not for internet drama, just curious. No, that's a great question. If you go back and watch any of my videos, yes, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. That was the original plan. However, thanks to our wonderful economy, that didn't work out. I made that video, and I believe you're referring to like the perks, or I don't know what I called it, but upside of being a I don't know, something like that. And that video I talk about the perks, because there definitely are some perks of your child going to daycare. There's things that can happen there that being a stay-at-home mom you cannot give to your child. And there's some perks to that. I'd rather be a stay-at-home mom. I'd rather be the one raising my child exclusively. And not saying that they do anything that, you know, I would or wouldn't do, you know, at home or anything like that. They're fantastic. But I'm one of those kind of people that looks at the bright side of things, and I'm not one to sit and dwell. I'm not one to be negative. I look at the positives and run with that, and that makes me feel better about things. And I don't think any mother out there can know what it feels like to leave your child and have to go to work unless you actually have to live it day in and day out. And it is by far the hardest thing that you would ever have to do. And I think it was a video to help other mothers out there who have to go through that exact same thing feel better about their decision, because there's definitely some benefits to it. Before I had to go back to work, I didn't know what it was like to actually appreciate the time we had together, and that's something that working has given me, and I don't think I would have that otherwise. So I think there definitely are perks. I was not putting down stay-at-home moms because I want to be one, and we are working in that direction for me to be able to stay at home with our next child. So, and that next child won't have some of the things that Deacon has. It's, you know, there's ups and downs to everything, and in the position that I am in, I like to look at the ups. It's just my personality. Let's see. That's a comment. Somebody said, I hate that the Flip does not have a light so you can record at night. So true. I didn't even think about that. And the batteries suck. Oh, I hate the batteries. Let's see. I don't know you personally, and I know you want to be a stay-at-home mom. Something I'd suggest is opening your own party planning business. Aw, thanks. I would love to do that. That would be so much fun. Italy is beautiful. I would love to go there. And then somebody suggested the Mac, and I want a Mac really bad. Okay, so another question. Do you want more kids? If money wasn't an issue, how many? 4. Do you want a certain number of boys or girls, or do you have a preference of the sex you have with your next? Oh, this question, I could answer it for days. Okay, so I don't care what we end up having. If we end up having 3 boys, then I would like to have a 4th, just so that there isn't the middle child. I would love to have a girl, definitely. I think it would be so much fun to have a girl. So, I mean, I don't know. If we have a baby, I'm just thankful for that. I really don't. I'd love to have a girl. As far as how many goes, I don't really care. But I would love to have 4 if money wasn't a problem. I think I've got my husband talked to about 3. Just curious, sorry if this has already been asked, is there a reason you vlog from your car? Yeah, time. At home, I don't have time to do it because I'm like, okay, laundry needs to be done, dishes need to be done, something has to be done at home at all times. So, like I said in some of my videos, I literally do not sit down on my couch at all anymore. I don't watch TV. I mean, except for like an hour or 2 a week, maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll get that much. Again, part of being a working mom, you have absolutely no time So when I have a few minutes in between visiting customers during work, or today Deacon fell asleep really fast when I went and fed him on my lunch break, so my lunch break's not over yet. So I'm taking advantage of that. And I do not work in the office, so, well, I work in an office, but chunk of the day I'm not in the office, so I'm in my car, and that's why. How do you feel about working and having your son in daycare? I had planned him on staying at home with my son, especially since he was a micro preemie, but it's a financial strain more than we'd planned. Exactly the same thing with us. Do you feel guilty, or does it make you upset that you might miss your son's firsts? I'm not saying that you should. No, actually, he is not done. I was able to see every single one of his firsts. My husband missed a few of them, but I was able to see every single one of them. So, no, I mean, he's not in... I don't do anything. When I'm not at work, I'm with him 100% of the time. So, I don't, there's just a small chunk of time that I'm not with him, and luckily, I haven't missed out on any of the firsts. I was very lucky there. As far as guilt goes, I don't know if guilt would be the right word. It's definitely upsetting, but I know by me working, we were able to provide a life for him that we couldn't otherwise, and we're working to make changes right now so we can continue to uphold that lifestyle without me having to work. But you have to do what's best for your family, and sometimes that might not be the best situation, but my husband has a big thing about him, and this isn't so much me, but my husband. If Deacon wants whatever he might want at the store, my husband wants to be able to know that we're saying no because he really doesn't need it, not because we can't afford it. And I've talked about this before, but that's really important to him, is for us to be able to provide Deacon with whatever he wants. Not that he'll get it, but just so that we know, so that he knows himself that he can provide that. He doesn't want to have to say no because he can't afford it. Let's see. When are you coming back to Texas? Oh, Candace. I don't know. Derek's coming next time, though, because he had issues. He can't leave us again. We can't leave him again. Plus, traveling with a baby in the airport, not fun. Especially when your flight gets canceled, or delayed, or broken, whatever it might be that day. Hey, let me check time. Okay, I'll answer the rest of Candace's question. Oh, this one's deep. Do you feel a special love for Sawyer knowing you feed him? Definitely. I kind of feel like he's kind of like one of my own in a way. When I hold him and Deacon, it's like, these are my boys. I don't know. There's definitely a love for him. I love him to death. I don't know how to describe it though, because it's so unique and it's so special. I don't even know the best way to describe it, but there's a special place in my heart, and it'll always be there for him. I don't know. I definitely just feel like he's one of my boys. Him and Deacon are my boys. They've shared food now for longer than Sawyer's been alive. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know the best way to describe it. But just that, yeah, I feel like I kind of feel like, in a way, I adopted him too. In a really small way. Not that, But, I definitely feel like he's a special love for him. Okay, I'm gonna stop this and do another one. Bye, guys.